Good evening, good evening, and welcome to Game Night on Saturday, November the 18th. Hope you all are doing well. It's herrings time, red herrings, alive, not dead herrings. I can't remember if I had some things to do to this. No, it was risky business. I needed to change the ordering of the speed of the thing. See, Topper was the first one into the lobby, and now we can just watch himself go down and down and down. Oh, to join now, so he's later alphabetically. Welcome to Game Night. Hope you all are doing well. Yeah, it's my brother's birthday today. I text him. That's the end of the story. Well done to Nando winning Battlefront there. Very many thanks to Oni for writing that there pack as well. Lovely stuff, lovely stuff. There's one I could have played it actually, because I didn't look at it before putting it in the game. Very grateful to Lewis for proofing. I like this pack. This is a pack I have looked at. And very grateful to Lupine, who's on double duty tonight, is Lupine, because he's written this one and he's co-written the next game with 8Minky a bit later on, The Abyss. So, Ralph is going to have to, if he's here, he's going to have to sit on the sidelines, so he is. But do come and join if you want to play Red Herrings. There's the QR code to take you to the app if you're playing on a mobile device, or there's a URL, room code is the same for both. The Shiru, first time chatter, hello. Welcome on into the game. Hope you're keeping well. Good evening to Arun and Fetz and Jogging and Shapes and Puzzle Dan and AB Me and Stilgar and Clive and Samsa and Circubat and Toot and Lottibus. Hello, and Pyro and Topper and Lewis and OM Dalton. Welcome to you. Good evening Colo and Nando and Zeus and Apodo and that bot, we don't welcome you. Good evening Mark. Good evening Not a Cat, Stimson's Angle Optimat, Mr. Vertigo, Mantissa, BC. Good evening Raspberry Flu, Fluffy Bunny Esquire, Jerry RSG, Eisens Riff, Silver Electron, The Shiru, David Stravdy, Captain, oh Captain, my Captain is here. Good evening to you. Welcome all of you and anyone else who is lurking, loitering and lingering in the chat. You're most welcome to be here. Thank you so much for joining me for Game Night this evening. Oh Captain, my Captain here in the chat. We're in for a few more. 4, 5, 6, 7, 28 so far, room for 40 in this game. Bowser version only. Yeah, there are. I need to fix those legs. It's just never ending to do. 00 Sam. I've got to be top of the list. Either that or he's cosplaying James Bond at the moment, possibly. Hope everyone is keeping well and has had a good week. We had a lovely day today. We had a sort of house day. So I lied. I woke up at about 10:30. That's the latest I've woken up for about 5 years. So yeah, just Megs went to the gym and I stayed in bed, and then she came home. I finished off my Hive pack because we're playing the Hive next week, and I've written the questions, so finished those off today. Did some proofing, made some tweaks to this, did the converter for the question pack for Red Herrings. Took dogs for a 3-mile walk. That's about it. We've had the fire on all day, so it's been a very, very chilled out day, which is ahead of tomorrow, so I've got to drive to Wales tomorrow evening. It is not my birthday, it's my brother's birthday, Zeus. He's 30... oh god, 7 I think. I think he's 37 now. No, don't wish Ben a happy birthday. Don't do that. How many have we got? 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 30. Behave. Every one of all yours can behave. So, just looking ahead while we wait for the loop to finish, we've got 2 more weeks or this week and next week. And then we are into Quizmas season, teaming up with Bash and Toppy Wee Topper as the Quizmas games as we get closer to the big day and we start December. Prizes to be won. It's sure to be a lot of fun. That's starting on Ash's stream at the beginning of December, and I think I'm wrapping it this year on the 23rd of December, which is also going to be the season finale. Ali Lolololo, welcome to the game and welcome to the stream. Well, welcome to the stream, certainly, not in the game yet, but welcome on in. But next week is a bit of a retro stream coming up next week. We've got two chatty games in the shape of Moneybox and The Hive in their only appearance. Moneybox, first time possibly since QNL over a year ago. I'm not sure if we've played it since then. Maybe. But that's making an appearance, so I'm going to have to do some remedial work at some point this week to make sure it still works, because I did the Hackbox version for QNL and I don't think I've used it since. So that'll be fun. And then, what's after that? The Hive, yes, The Hive is coming back for just one game only with questions written by me, and if you think you can take on The Hive, that is going to be coming up next week. Very exciting. Lots of things to look forward to. We've had twice around the loop. We've got 30 players in. I think it's time to begin this first game. It is Red Herrings. It's been written by Lupine. Let's go to round number one. Oh, ye gods, my roast is ruined is the name of round number one. You've got to answer the 12 questions using the options available. You get 1 point for each correct answer. You lose 1 point for each incorrect answer. Bonus questions may appear, which are worth 3 points if correct, but of course will cost you 3 points if incorrect, and an extra bonus of 2 points is awarded for a perfect round. Answers will not be used more than once, and there are 4 red herrings hidden on the grid, which will never be correct. Always worth bearing in mind, so you can keep a mental track of the answers that have already gone, because they won't come up again. I've just seen Ali and Grams join the lobby, so let's just wait for them to be populated and verify their account. There's Ali in. Welcome, Ali. Grams, if you validate your device. Yes, you can go below 0 OM Dalton. Only in round 1. It's the only round you can lose points. But yes, you very much can go below 0. So don't do that. There's Grams. And Hem Minky. I see Hem Minky joining the lobby. Welcome, Neko Grandma. We'll just let Ape get, as I'm assuming that's Ape Minky. Get them. There we go. Hair Minky. Oh no, it's Hair Minky must have been refreshing the device. Mark is doing this. So if everyone keeps refreshing their devices now, we're never going to start the game, because I'm going to just keep waiting for you all. But Ape, welcome to the stream. Good to have you here. Oh ye gods, my roast is ruined. Since 2003, American cable television channel. In fact, let's reveal the options before I give you that. Options are... I'll get rid of the instructions. David Hasselhoff, Alec Baldwin, Roseanne Barr, Larry the Cable Guy, Rob Lowe, Justin Bieber, Bruce Willis, Joan Rivers, Charlie Sheen, William Shatner, Pamela Anderson, Donald Trump, Dennis Leary, Flavor Flav, James Franco and Bob Saget. Since 2003, American cable television channel Comedy Central has occasionally broadcast the Comedy Central Roast. Match the clues to these celebrities that have all been subject of a Comedy Central Roast in the US. Flavor Flav? Is it Flavor Flav or Flavor Flav? I don't know. That's right, I just read how it says on the page. It looks like Flavor Flav to me. Okay, you know the rules, those are your options, and that is the name of the game. This is a sort of semi-auto runner game, so once I press go, it'll run the entire round, and there's nothing I can do to stop it. So, Flavor Flav the 5th. I like that. Good luck, have fun, play fair. Round 1, oh ye gods, my roast is ruined. Here's question number 1. Portray Danny Tanner on Full House. Maybe you lose a point if you're wrong. There's no penalty for abstention, though. That would be Bob Saget, and I have nothing more to tell you about Bob Saget. Except my pipe has gone. I've used my alternate pipe today. Next question. Played Michael Knight, the man behind the wheel of Kit on Knight Rider. Oh, what the fuck is going on here? I'm having no luck with my vape pens at the moment. That was the Hoff. David Hasselhoff, to be precise. Come on, why are you not working? Why are you no work? Next question. Canadian pop singer whose hits include Baby, Love Yourself, and What Do You Mean? There we go, it's working. Oh, Grams, gone the wrong way. Hey, Minky and Ali are going to sit this one out. Correct answer was, of course, Justin Bieber. That's the king of pop, possibly. Here's a bonus question for you all. 3 points if you're right, but -3 if you're wrong, so tread carefully. Starred in 2.5 Men between 2003 and 2011 before his dismissal from the series, resulting in a public meltdown. And his name is Charlie Sheen. You can't say it because if you do, your head will explode. Those were the days. Charlie Sheen is what we're after there. Here we go. Plays CJ Parker on Baywatch. Lots of 7 so far. Some strong plays in here. That was Pamela Anderson. Pamela Anderson. Well, I don't know if you got that. So we've been CJ. Are you making puns again? Stravdy. The voice of Mater, I think, in Pixar's Cars series of animated movies. Slightly harder one there. That's Larry the Cable Guy. Well done if you got that. So we've still got 7 players on a perfect score. Here comes another bonus question for you all. 3 if you're right, -3 if you're wrong. No points for abstention. Good luck. Portrayed Captain James T. Kirk on the original series of Star Trek. Oh, Ali going the wrong way there. It was William Shatner. William Shatner is climbing a mountain. Why is he climbing a mountain? He wants to envelop the mountain. Next question. Played Jack Donaghy possibly, in the Tina Fey sitcom 30 Rock. That would be Eric Bowen. It's a reference to Team America World Police there. Eric Bowen. Moving on, played John McClane in the Die Hard movie franchise. Do you expect to be able to beat us, Mr. Cowboy? Yippee-ki-yay, motherfucker. It's Bruce Willis, not Alan Rickman. He's not an option. Bruce Willis is what we wanted there. Here comes another question. American rapper, founding member of Public Enemy, often wears a clock around his neck in place of a medallion. Yippee-ki-yay, Captain Falcon. That's Flavor Flav, or Flavor Flav the Fifth, if you prefer. Here comes another bonus question. I think it's the 3rd one of the round. 3 points if you're right here, -3 if you're wrong. Let's take a look. Played Harry Osborn in the Sam Raimi directed Spider-Man movie trilogy. Oh, Fetz. Slipping up there. Disrupting your perfect score. Clive as well. You're getting caught out by some red herrings, possibly. That was James Franco. James Franco. And I think this is the final question of the round. American comedian who won the Daytime Emmy for Outstanding Talk Show Host in 1990. Oh, a few more people upsetting their perfect streak, but it looks like we have got 3 who finished on a perfect 18. Joan Rivers was the answer on that one. Let's reveal the red herrings. Roseanne Barr, Rob Lowe, Donald Trump, and Dennis Leary. Well done if you avoided those. That's the end of round 1. Now let's check out the scores. Oh, good, that works. I hadn't actually tested that before. It's the first time we've seen it. So we saw Apodo, Mark and Toot very briefly went yellow there because they got a perfect round and picked up their bonus 2 points, taking them up to 20. Good, I'm glad that works. Even if it was only for the briefest of moments. So thank you to whoever recommended that. And at the end of round 1, Apodo, Mark and Toot have got the lead with 20 points. Grams and Mantissa have got 15. Fluffy Bunny, Jogging, Nando, Ohm Dalton and Topper, quite a few players there on 14. Sam, David, Opsy, Puzzle Dan, Stilgard and Zeus are all on 13. BC and Fetz and Stimson's Angler on 12. Colo and Pyro have got 11, Clive's got 10, Shapes and Silver Electron are on 9, AB Me and Riff on 8, Mr. Vertigo on 7, Cirky and Room, I think that's a Rune, on 6, Shiru on 1, Hair Minky is on 0, and Ali on -4. But don't worry, you can't lose points from this point onward, only positive points available. Good. Quite happy. 14 is a good score. Very good score, especially in a round with Jeopardy. Better result than you were expecting. Well, that's good to hear. Let's see if you can keep that up as we go to round number 2. But what if I were to purchase fast food and disguise it as my own cooking, is the title of round number 2. Once again, answer the 12 questions using the options available. Answer faster to earn more points. Answering incorrectly freezes you out of the following question. Okay, you can be frozen out on a bonus. You can be frozen out of a bonus. So you don't lose points, but you get frozen out of the following question. Bonus questions may appear, which are worth a flat rate of 5 points if correct. An extra bonus of 3 points is awarded for a perfect round. Just to talk on the timing, if you answer in the first 5 seconds, you get 3 points. The next 5 seconds, you get 2. The last 5 seconds, you get 1. So there's a reward for answering quicker in this round. But if you get it wrong, you're still frozen out. Bonus questions don't have that timer element. They're just worth a flat rate of 5 points. Once again, 4 red herrings will never be the correct answer, and answers will never be repeated. So keep a mental tally of them. Bonuses won't be first, last, or consecutive, in case you're wondering, do I risk it? Because you don't want to get frozen out of those bonus questions, because those are the ones with the more points available, the powerful points. So you want to keep yourself in play as much as you can for those. Let's take a look at the options for round 2. Arby's, Little Caesars, KFC, Raising Cane's, Dairy Queen, In-N-Out Burger, Checkers / Rallies, Taco Bell, Tim Hortons, Carl Jr. / Hardee's, Burger King's, Culver's, McDonald's, Jack in the Box, Panera Bread, and, sir, this is a Wendy's. Or put stickers on your monitor, that works as well. Yeah, because your device will always have the answers down for you. So, match these menu items to the fast food restaurant that offers them. And for convenience, all menus are the US version. So a little bit of a US bias here if you are on the other side of the Atlantic. Coming from a British writer, no less. Yeah, slight nerf towards the Americans amongst here. But let's see how you get on. Maybe people are better versed on fast food joints than I am, but I had a nightmare when I was proofing this and trying to answer them. Had to do a little bit of Googling and use the citations. But let's see if you get on any better than I did. It's round 2, but what if I were to purchase fast food and disguise it as my own cooking? Good luck, have fun. Here's question number 1. Concrete mixer. Where would you get a concrete mixer? Remember, no penalty for being wrong other than being frozen out. You don't lose points anymore. We're going to get a sausage. Oh, Nando sneaking answering just for a single point, and then Culver's is the answer there. Well done. I think one of the harder ones to kick off. You've gone orange if you're frozen out. Well, orange-ish. Orangey red. Crazy bread. Where'd you get crazy bread? Dark red if you're wrong, light red if you're frozen. Blue if you haven't answered, green if you're right. That would be Little Caesars. Little Caesars. Mark straight in for the 3 points there. GG. Let's go on. Orange if you're frozen out. Classic beef and cheddar. Where would you get a classic beef and cheddar from? A couple of people having to go. Remember, the answers won't be repeated, so you can mentally check them off even if you don't know. Arby's was the answer to that when you get a classic beef and cheddar from Arby's. On to the next. Chicken fries. This is one of a few that I did know. I've ordered on a couple of occasions myself. Normally when in a service station on the motorway. That would be Burger King. You get chicken fries from Burger King. On we go. Next question. Tiny tacos. Read the room if you haven't answered yet. There's a lot of red happening on that one. That is the name of the game. It's not what maybe you thought it was. It's Jack in the Box is where you get tiny tacos. And yeah, to be a bonus, David called it. There it is. 3 points if you get this. I'm sorry if you're frozen out on this one. Take a look at this for 5 points. Double. There's perhaps a sneaky little clue in the question itself. That would be In-N-Out Burger. The hyphen might have added a bit of a clue for you there. But yeah, double you get from an In-N-Out Burger. Orange if you're frozen up. Let's go on to the next. The three-finger combo. Ooh, Remember, mentally check off the answers. There won't be any repeats. And there's another sausage question for you. That's Raising Cane's, being famous for chicken fingers, apparently, in your three-finger combo. Dave's single. Score, welcome to the stream. Why are you benning at me? Have I said something inappropriate? Dave's single you'd pick up from Wendy's. Wendy's. Ah, hey Mickey, excellent. Stabler internet just in time for this bonus question. Worth 5 points if you give me a right answer here. Let's take a look. Mexican pizza. Make me feel better about my eating habits. There is a certain logic to that. And hey, at least everyone's in the same boat. That'd be a Taco Bell. That's where you get your tacos from. Oh, I'm glad that one's come up after the mini tacos one. Or whatever it was. Tiny tacos. Big Buford. Or Burford. Buford? Buford? Few correct answers sneaking in here on a big Buford. At Checkers. Checkers / Riley's. Oh, Beaufort. Very windy. Buffalo, 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 Buffalo. I think you missed a buffalo, Ape. Is it 7 in that sentence? Or is it 6? Chicken Little. Where did you get Chicken Little from? You get a Chicken Little from a KFC. Kentucky Fried Chicken, you see. Oh, it clues in the name. Kappa. Next one, Blizzard. I thought there might be a few that know this, either know this one or are able to work it out. That would be Dairy Queen, where you can get a Blizzard from, sort of an ice dairy connection. Some red herrings for you then. Tim Hortons, Carl's Jr., Hardee's, McDonald's, and Panera Bread, and you'll be relieved to hear that is the end of round 2. Anyone yellow? Nobody going yellow. No bonus points this round. Whew. Is anyone else glad to see the back? I did say to Lupine I struggled a bit with that one. I think that might play quite tricky, but I think we had quite a friendly first round. We've got quite a friendly round 3 as well. So, yeah, that is the end of round 2. Mark now has the lead with 43. Zeus just behind on 42. Podo's now in third with 40. Toot's got 39. Still going on 32. Fet's 31. Graham's on 30. Opsy with 29. Cola's got 25. Sam's on 24. ABMe and Clive on 23. Serki and Nando are on 22. BC and David and Mantissa and Simpsons Angle all on 20. Oh, excuse me. Jogging's on 19. Fluffy Bunny's on 17, as is Puzzle Down and Topper. Pyro, Riff, and Shapes all have 16. Silver Electron's got 15. Mr. Vertigo, Owen Dalton on 14. Hair Minky on 8. Room of Aruns, I've since seen your name, is Room of Aruns is on 6. Ali and Shiri was on 4, but everyone's back into positive figures, which is great to see. Kegler, welcome to the game. Yes, you can join mid-game if you type in app. 8 Minky has done just that for you. Head on over to that browser link. The standalone links are a bit fucky-wucky at the moment, so I will fix them before next week, hopefully. Yeah, head on over there, and the room code is there, VBQZ. I'll give you a second to come join Kegler if you fancy doing that. I'm still ill, by the way. 5 weeks, 5 Saturdays in a row I've been ill on stream. I'm starting to think I might be dying. There you are, Kegler Coach. Welcome to the game. Yeah, I think I might be dying, which is not fun, but it might be time to consult a local physician. Here's the thing, I've had, one of them was a rundown thing that was caused by a double filling, so because I got stabbed, I got mouth ulcers. It feels like I've got an ulcer at the sort of the top of my throat at the moment, it's like right back there. And it feels like I had another cold like the week before last, as well as the first cold I had about 5 weeks ago. But yeah, it might be time to go to the doctor. I have reached an age. I am of an age where I am too old to put off going to the doctor, or apparently I'm not. I don't know, but yeah. the time in my 20s, I don't think I ever once visited the doctor in my 20s. As I was like, oh no, fuck it, I'll be fine, was generally the attitude. Anyway, moving rapidly on, recurring cold too, and I'm not the only one. Okay, I think it's just seasonal. And anyway, positive thinking out the way now, and I'll be good for Christmas. And the only illness I'll have then will be a hangover. Fingers crossed. Round 3. Good lord, what is happening in there? You may have seen where the round theme is going, and you may be able to guess what round 4 is going to be. But we're going to have a look at round 3 first of all. You've got to answer 9 questions this time rather than 12. Using the options available. Earn more points for each consecutive correct answer. Answering incorrectly breaks your streak. Abstain from answering to preserve your streak. Okay, so the first one's worth 1, the next one's worth 2, then 3, then 4, and so on. If you get it wrong, you have to start building up again from 1. If you abstain, you don't get any points for that question, but the next one will continue in your streak. So if you're 1, 2, 3, abstain, the next right one you get will be worth 4. There's no bonus questions in this round, but a bonus, I'm not sure if that needs a comma after actually, a bonus of 5 points is awarded for a perfect round. Again, answers will not be used more than once, and we have got 3 red herrings in this grid, which will never be correct. Silent Marine, welcome to the stream. So, that's the rules. It's the streak round, and your board is... Queensland Tiger, Will-o'-the-Wisp, Poltergeist, The Witches, Leprechaun, Mothman, Blood Moon, The Balrog, The Babadook, Werewolves, Haunted House, The Doppler Effect. Earlier in 2023, Unlimited Steam's AI-generated Steamed Hams skits featured Skinner coming up with all sorts of excuses to fool Chalmers when his kitchen catches fire. Until the streaming ended after the AI generated something inappropriate and the fad as a whole died out. However, the memory lives on in red herrings. Match these clues to the phenomena that were mentioned on Unlimited Steam. Unlimited Steam. So all of these were mentioned by the AI generator Unlimited Steam, but you need to match them to the description. So it's a sort of a description round, really. That's about the level of it. It's round 3. Good luck. Have fun. Here's question number 1. Skinner! A dwelling infested with ghosts. Might as well play this one. Even if you're wrong, there's no penalty because you've got no streak at this point. And if you are not on a streak, then you might as well attempt the question. That's sort of the level of it. Most players getting this one right. That'll be a haunted house. Haunted house. Purple means you're on a streak, and blue means you're not. A creature from Irish folklore said to reveal the location of treasure if caught. Is there any voice chat tonight? Will we ever get evening off voice chat? That's fine. That's a leprechaun. There's a really good anecdote Stephen Fry tells about a leprechaun. On we go, number 3. Everyone is on a streak at this point. 1983 novel by Roald Dahl. That'd be The Witches. And of course the film adaptation starring Rowan Atkinson and that Scottish dude, Bill something I want to say. Moving on, an Australian cryptid also known as the Yarri. Oh yes, I can probably work that one out. So Queensland Tiger is that one. Purple if you preserved your streak, green if you got it right, red if you got it wrong. Blue if you're not on a streak. Encountered by the Fellowship of the Ring in the Mines of Moria. Bill Paxton, Mr. Versico, thank you, that's the name I was after. Yes, also in The Witches and famous for Sea of Souls, show in the early noughties, a parapsychology show, which I quite enjoyed. Also an episode of Doctor Who, if memory serves. That'd be the Balrog, a Balrog of Morgoth. His foe is beyond any of you. Run! On we go. It's why the pitch of an ambulance siren changes as it approaches and then moves away from you. Beat you to it, David. Beat you to it. His foe is beyond any of you. Run! That was a perfect question there. The Doppler effect. That's an example of the Doppler effect for you. On we go. 1982 horror movie co-written by Steven Spielberg. They are taking the hobbits to Isengard. Guard. Early mid-noughties memes. Poltergeist. I wasn't sure if I enjoyed that film. I certainly watched it. It was fine. Steven Spielberg, indeed. Humans that transform into lupine form under the light of a full moon. Mandatory lupine question from Lupine. And it's another perfect question. Well done, y'all. That is, of course, werewolves. Werewolves. What wolves? Wolfit. And enemies respawn under its red glow in The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild. Don't actually know this one. 'Cause I've never played a Legend of Zelda game. Not one in my life. Not for everyone, they don't. Blood Moon. Blood Moon is what we want to do. And the red herrings, Will-o'-the-Wisp, Mothman, and the Duck. It's the end of round 3. Who's going yellow? For a bonus of 5. Quite a few of you there. Going yellow, getting yourself that bonus 5 points. That is the end of round 3. Well, it's all very interesting. Loving the one bracket. The one bracket? Is there a one bracket? Is there a one bracket, Sam? Tell me more about this one bracket. Is this on the app? Because if that's... yeah, post in the Discord if that sounds like something I've overlooked. Oh, you've been a bonus for 5 points. That's very much an oversight. Yes, I missed a parenthesis off the end of the string. Apologies, thank you for catching that. I'll correct that at the end of the game. But yes, I know, Topper. Patience, Iago. So that's the end of round 3. Toot's got the lead of 89. Still goes in second with 82, Fetch is in third with 81. Zeus on 78, Kodo 75, Sam's got 74, Nando's got 72, David and Simpson are on 70. Jogging's got 69, Mark, very nice. Mark on 63, Apodo 61, Clive 59, Grams 58, Sirki on 50, Mantissa on 48, Opsy 47, Fluffy Bunny and Topper are both on 45, Pyro's got 44, Dalton on 42, Dan's got 41, Riff on 40, Shapes 37, Silver Electron 36, Mr. Vertigo 35, AB Me 32, BC 30, Herminky on 29, Arun and Shiro on 19, Kevin's got 16, and Ali's got 12, and Jogging's points total them a foul. Yes. Very amusing. Very amusing. Samps has been in the classroom too long, hanging out with the kids who still find... Oh, I'm not kidding, 69 will always be funny. Round 4! PL Dogging. Why? Why would you say that, David? Well, Seymour, you are an odd fellow, but I must say you steam a good ham. In this round, you need to find the 6 answers that fit the criteria. Submit a wrong answer, you'll be told how many you got right and be frozen out for 5 seconds. First to find all 6 wins 50 points. Subsequent correct submissions win 5 points fewer than the previous player. Answers will gradually be removed as gameplay progresses, and gameplay will continue until 10 players have found all 6 answers or 90 seconds have expired. So on this, it's deselect before you reselect. It's that sort of round. You've got to press select 6. If you don't select exactly 6, it will not be counted as an answer and you won't get any information back. So make sure you select exactly 6. Bear in mind, some of the answers will disappear over the course of the game. They'll disappear from here and they'll become deselectable on your devices. If you have already got one selected, it will unselect it for you. So just be aware of that, the 5 second intervals after about 30 seconds, 10-second intervals after the first 30 seconds. So just be aware of that in case you get caught out by submitting only 5 because the computer's automatically deselected it for you. It was a request that was added, so it went in. Wipeout with Paul Daniels. Yes, very much Wipeout with Paul Daniels. So... do I reveal the options and then press a button? I think I reveal the options first. Well, Seymour, you are an odd fellow, but I must say you steam a good ham. Options are... Belted, Galloway, Lincoln, Orpington, Chester White, Duroc, Simmental, Gloucestershire Old Spots, Wyandotte, Merino, Tamworth, Khaki Campbell, Sussex, Muleford, Jersey Giant, Limousin, and American Yorkshire. 90 seconds on the clock. Good luck to you all. Get ready, and we are looking for you to identify 6 breeds of pig named on the article Top 15 Best Pig Breeds for Your Farm on Agronomag, I think, .com. So, My debugger is working. 4 is the most I've seen so far. Do I debug the answers getting removed? Let's find out. If so, I can just open the debugger. Khaki Campbell is not a right answer. Eliminate that from your train of thought. Seen a few 5s coming in now. Sussex is not a right answer. A few people getting caught out on a submission error there as Sussex disappeared. So do be aware of that. Sussex is not a right answer. 40 seconds to go. Jersey Giant is wrong. Colo is the first to solve. Nando is right behind, 50 and 45 points respectively. BC has now got there for 40 points. Well done. Belted Galloway is also a wrong answer. Toots just gotten 5. Zeus has got 5. Simpsons Angle's got 5. Ape's got 5. Stilgar's got 5. Apodo's got 5. You're very close. Orpington is a wrong answer. Remove Orpington from your thought train. Last few seconds. Couple more guesses if you're quick. 10 seconds to go. Limousin is a wrong answer. AB Me has got there for, I think, 35 points. Shapes is also there for 30. Last 5 seconds. Anyone else going to get there? Mr. Vertigo in the nick of time has gotten an answer in. And that is the end of the round. And there's all the red herrings, which leaves the correct answers. Chester White, Duroc, Gloucestershire Allswords, What Away, Bad Luck Dalton's very, very often the case in this game. Tamworth, Mulefoot, and American Yorkshire. Just to go through the wrong answers, the red herrings there. Cemental, Belted Galloway, and Limousin are all cattle. The Khaki Campbell is a duck. Jersey Giant and Wyandotte are chickens. Sussex is a chicken and cattle, and there are both Orpington chickens and ducks. Lincoln and Merino are sheep breeds known for their wool. So some extra info for you there. It's H Games, so welcome to the stream. Were you looking for dogs? No, we were looking for pigs, and there was a Simpsons theme running through that. Oh ye gods, my roast is ruined. That meme. Persisted throughout the round titles, so we're grateful to Lupine for coming up with the theme. And that, yes, really, steamed hams, that was the one. I've not really watched enough of The Simpsons to know enough about it. But that is the end of the game, which means that Toot finishes with the bronze medal. Nando's going to take the silver, but our gold medalist and winner tonight is Colo. Boom. It does time out. We still haven't got a picture of Colo in the middle, but you can see him at the top of the board there. Heamed Sams. At this time of day, in this part of the country, localised entirely within this stream. Yes, indeed. What was that a reference? That was the Aurora Borealis, wasn't it? If memory serves. So one thing I do know about that meme. Well, good game. Lupine, thank you very much for a lovely question pack there. Round 2, I don't think you won any fans on round 2, but certainly 1, 3 and 4 were a lot of fun there. And I suppose it's a good indictment for everybody that not many people eat all that much fast food, I guess. Oh, excuse me, I've got hiccups now. Let's move you into the used folder. Hang on. Yes, used. That's where you want to go. For red herrings. Off you pop. So, at just before 9 o'clock, we are going to be taking a very short break. When we come back, it will be time for The Abyss, and it's a collab pack from Hair Minky and Lupine once again. Say Lupine on double duty, but a collab pack. And I've made the background profile pictures dimmer because I was way too bright before. Your options didn't come back after getting it wrong. Ooh, that is interesting. Can you report that in suggestions in the Discord, Circuit Bat? And 8 Minkies beat me to for posting the Discord. If you've got screenshots, that would be even better, but if you can explain it in as much detail as you can, I'll look into what's gone on there, because that's very odd. But yes, do report any issues in there. Likewise, any feedback you've got, because it's a relatively new software. Any feedback that you've got on ways you could make it a better. Abyss is app, so you'll need to do a hard refresh on the app. Probably an F5 to reload it. But I'm gonna take a break, during which time I'll play some adverts. If you are not subscribed, then you'll see some adverts. If you are subscribed, then you'll just get some music. But we won't start the next game without you. It just means anyone coming to join midway through can avoid pre-rolls and come and join the game. So, yes. Bonus there, but some adverts coming your way. Thank you all very much for playing Red Herrings. Thank you to Lupine. Congratulations to Colo, our Red Herrings champion. We'll be back with The Abyss in about 3 minutes' time. See you then.
Let me show you something.
And don't go away, because when we return, it is time to look into the eternal nethersphere of the Abyss collab pack from Ape and Lupine, which should prove to be a lot of fun. Have you got what it takes to take it on? We'll find out very shortly. Don't touch that dial. We'll be right back.
What do you expect? Let me show you something.
Welcome back to the second part of this evening's game night, where it is time for the Abyss. This is the app. Hopefully you've hard refreshed it. We're just going to wait for... I'm going to give Circubat an opportunity to download the latest app. Turns out the bug they encountered was brought on by being on an old version of it, which I should probably put into that fast link. Quick message from our sponsor, Kegler Coach.
If I could only remember again what the second rule of Fight Club is, it'll come to me. A better question. What brand of car wax should I use for my automobile?
Whatever's cheapest, because it's a car. Kegler, thank you very much for the 21-month resub there. Most grateful to you. Yeah, I really should put in the app what the latest version is. So if you're playing on a desktop client, you should be on 0.5.1. If you're on anything earlier than that, that's why Red Herrings won't work. There's a chance it will still work, 'cause I mean, like the Abyss ran on one of the very earliest versions of the app, so this should be fine no matter which version you're on, but some things might not, so it's something to bear in mind. Donald Big Dog John Trump. Hello Jack, welcome to the stream, my dude, hope you're well. And oh yeah, G-Isons, thank you for sorting out the Mac app. So G-Isons has been working on creating a package to make the Mac version of the Universal Client work. So that is going to be coming soon, and I must fix those links because yeah, if you're on an older version, there's a chance some payloads won't. It receives the payloads fine, it just doesn't know what to do with them when it gets them, which is why Circubat ended up with that blank screen in Red Herrings just previously. So I have a question for you, because I'm rolling around the idea of some sort of warm-up game for a sort of social deduction style warm-up game that I'm running ideas around my head about, which might be quite fun. But on my Trello board of games to remake, I'm at a bit of a crossroads as to which one I do next. And I'm trying to decide whether or not I want to do Cryptex or Distinction next. They're at the top of the list, and it'd be nice to do at least one of them before Christmas. So I might get a poll going in the Discord at some point. Why don't we get a provisional chat poll, if you wouldn't mind, Scott? That'd be really kind. Topper's keen for... I think it's with Distinction. It's actually a relatively recent game. It's not that old, but there are a few quality of life things in it, such as the nature of the format, that it would benefit to maybe redo. But Cryptex, I think, is now the oldest game still running on original software. I think. I'm fairly sure Cryptex is the oldest game on original software, because it was The Purge, and that's recently been redone. And then we went Purge, Red Herrings, Risky Business, Face Off, all of which have now been redone. I'm fairly sure it's Cryptex. It's the only one in current circulation on original software. Well, not the only one, but still on its original form, which means that software is, you know, it's 2 years old, 2.5 years, or nearly 3 years old, and it wasn't the best. I wasn't the best program. Still not the best programmer now, but I certainly wasn't back then. So Cryptex is there. But the thing with Cryptex is that it would. I think it might benefit from having a slightly more bespoke input entry. So whether I'll do that with a bespoke app so that you can see your Cryptex word being built in real time would be a nice thing to do, which is why I'm slightly drawn towards Distinction. I'm panning for time here because I recognise just waiting for a few people to join the lobby, and of course Abyss is an auto-running game, so once it starts it can't be stopped. So I'm not just ignoring the quiz, just sort of getting time to catch a breath, because we're going to have a very intense 35 or so minutes coming up very shortly. Yeah, that's sort of the crossroads I'm at the moment on the next implementation. So if anyone's got any strong feelings on that, there is a poll open now. And you're leaning towards Distinction by the looks of it. So Cirky's got the new build of the app down. Welcome to the game, Cirky. Just enough time for a piss before Abyss. You do indeed, and we're grateful to 8 Ninky and Lupine again for this pack of the Abyss. Should be a lot of fun. Rules will be up on the screen in just a minute. And poll ended. Looks like Distinction wins 13-7. Kiss before Abyss. So Yeah, Distinction wins that poll. I'll stick in the Discord as well just to clarify that, but that looks like it might be the next project. I've also got delusions of redoing the Hive, which has already had a remake of the software, but I want to put it into my new architecture because the Hive is a game that I think people don't love. Some people don't love. Maybe more people than I would like to love it, don't love it. But I do want to keep it ticking over on a sort of once or twice a season basis. So, and I'm aware I've just finished writing a pack of the Hives. It's coming back next week. So the question over whether or not I want to redo that at some point. Money Box is coming back next week, which will be the first time in a couple of seasons. I don't know if that's going to make a more permanent reappearance, so that's not high up the list. And that had a Hackbox remake just before QNL as well. So, yeah. Anyway, lots to think about, and at the moment, so stuff is so busy at work, and I've barely got time to think about it at the moment. So can I just stress at this point, very grateful to all of the proofing team and the writing team this season. The writing team for getting stuff in on time. In fact, the only person I think who's been late this season has been me with the Hive when I submitted that today, and it was due last Saturday. And the proofing team who have been really rallying this season, and meaning I'm down to proofing about one pack a week, which is fine. I normally do Saturday morning when Megs is at the gym, so that's nice. It's when I get like 4 that I've got to do one in one day, it becomes a bit much. So thank you very much to the writers and the proofers this season. It is time for The Abyss, as written by 8Minky and Lupine. Has this got a special controller? Nope, just the standard one. Okie dokie. So here's how to play. Oh, I've still not updated that. What a twat. What a twat. Perma. That is not the code. That won't get you anything. Can someone put in the suggestions channel in block capital letters? Because obviously I've not added that to the Trello board, which is how that's got through. Right, here's how to play. You face 40 questions across 5 different categories. Use crossword clues to help you. Spelling matters. After 5 questions, 9 players will be selected to join the Abyss TM arena. Inside the arena, wrong answers or abstentions cost you a life. 5 consecutive correct answers earn you an extra life, up to a maximum of 3. If you exhaust your lives, you fall into the Abyss and you are out of the game. The player from the wings will replace you. The 9 players inside the arena at the conclusion of question 40 go on to the final. Simple as that. Answer every question, TN, is the order of the day, and watch your spelling. This is an auto-running game, so once it starts, it cannot be stopped. I have added some very hacky code to ensure that the easiest question of each category is always shown first. You will see one from each category before it cycles. The order won't always be the same, but you'll always see one from each category before you see another one. Okay? I will explain the categories on the first question. Some of them do require a little explanation, though hopefully the easier question makes it a little bit easier to parse. And I don't know what order they're going to come up in. We will find out. If in doubt, 8Minky will, I'm sure, clarify in the chat over the game, to whom we are grateful, along with Lupine. Good luck. Thank you for adding that into the chat, I'm most grateful. Let's play. Starting with Flower Plower. Duplicate a flower of remembrance 4-5 or 5-4 in this round. 2-word rhyming phrase, including a flower's name. This is the English pronunciation of such things. We are looking for copy poppy. So Flower Power, we're looking for a 2-word rhyming phrase containing a flower. States by their sites: Hollywood, Pier 39, Golden Gate Bridge. Hopefully relatively self-explanatory. Name the US state from the given tourist attractions located there. You're after the state, and spelling will count. California is what we need for that one. Flowery rhyme time. Indeed so, Mark. Moving on. Double features, 100 blank of grey, 6 letters. Fill in the blank of the movie title whose numbers have been doubled. Fill in the blank of the movie title whose numbers have been doubled. Shades, 100 shades of grey, obviously 50 shades of grey. No, don't type out the whole thing, just what it asks for. C is for usually orange vegetables said to be good for your eyes on account of its vitamin A content, 6 or 7. All the answers consist of one or more words starting with the letter C. That would be carrot, the orange carrot. One more question and one more category to reveal. Featured in Fortnite. Her UK #1 singles include Thank You Next, 7 Rings, and Break Up With Your Girlfriend I'm Bored, 6606. All the answers are real and fictional people who are playable in Fortnite. Ariana Grande is what we were after for there, and after 5 questions it's time to bring some people into the Abyss Arena. Mr. Vertigo with 4. Notice I have darkened the back panel, so hopefully it's a bit more obvious where your balls are. Mr. Vertigo is in on 4, Simpsons Angle on 3. Claggy joins us on 5. You go a slightly subtle shade of yellow in the wings if you are in the arena. Colo comes to join us with 4. Big Man Run, there's one name for a bit of a throwback name there, joins us with 4. Lottybus comes to join us with 3. And Shapes coming in with 5, second of our 5-point delegate. And Dalton comes in with 3. And Stilgar joins us with 2. It's the more points you get, the more chance you have of getting into the arena. The more you've got out of the previous 5 questions, the more chance you have of getting in, but it is essentially a lottery. Let's go on. Featured in Fortnite, in Marvel Comics, the genius inventor who created and wore the Iron Man suit. That would be Tony Stark. Tony Stark. Jogging, it looked like the answer came in slightly late, which means you have lost the life. Double features, 2 flew over the cuckoo's blank. You see a life tracker just behind the number at the top of the chutes. Or the consecutive correct. Nest, 2 flew over the cuckoo's nest. Sea of green, certainly in the arena. Let's go on. C is for chemical element, with forms including graphite and diamond. 6 letters. C is for carbon. C is for carbon again, another sea of green. Very nice indeed. Let's go on. Flower power. Foggy flower used in chains. 4-5 or 5-4. A 2-word rhyming phrase including a flower's name. 2-word rhyming phrase. That would be Hazy Daisy. A few players losing a life on that one. Hazy Daisy. States by their sides. Blackrock Desert, Sphere, Las Vegas Strip. 6 letters. What's the state? That'd be Nevada, Las Vegas, Nevada. Yeah, flowers are going to be the killers here. I think you might be right, David. I got married at one of those places. Did you really, Minky? Nice. Featured in Fortnite, played by Sigourney Weaver in the 1979 movie Alien. 5, 6 or 6. Bad luck, Opsy and Apodo and Pyro going for Ridley. It's Ripley. Ellen Ripley is what we needed there. Mr. Vertigo, Claggy, Big Man Run and Shapes getting 5 right in a row. That's an extra life and you're back up to the top flight. Well played. Moving on. C is for dog breed of which Queen Elizabeth II had a fondness. 5 or 6. Either pluralised or not. Oh! Bad luck, Topper on the spelling. Bad luck, Grams on the spelling. It's Corgi with an I, not a Y, and without an E, I'm afraid. Spelling does count in this game. Corgi is what we wanted. States by their sides. Pearl Harbor National Memorial, Kauai, possibly, Museum, Alexander and Baldwin Sugar Museum. For 6. Or 6 letters. Hawaii, with or without the apostrophe spelling. A couple of players getting that one wrong. Let's go on. Don't type it into stream chat, David. Flower Power TV test episode about a bluish purple bloom. 6-5 or 5-6? That would be Violet Pilot. Violet Pilot. Well done if you got that one. Simpsons, Angler and Stilgar, that's 5 right in a row. Both of you back up to the top flight. Well played. Dalton, Lottibus, Mr. Vertigo over the abyss floor at the moment. Around the blank in 160 days. 5 letters long. Featuring Phileas Fogg, around the world in 160 days. Should be around the world in 80 days. 4 streak constructive, bad luck, Dalton. Featured in Fortnite, numerical Stranger Things character played by Millie Bobby Brown. 6 or 4-6 or 2. That would be 11. Mr. Vertigo, OM Dalton, Lottibus, you've dropped into the abyss and you're out of the game. Thank you for playing. Also accepted Jane Hopper there. Puzzle Dan comes to join the Abyss Arena on 10. Graham's also joining us on 10. And Fluffy Bunny Esquire also joining us on 10. How about that? Welcome on in. You might get another chance, OM Dalton. We'll see what happens. Next question. States by their sites: Mall of America, Spoonbridge, and Cherry Chippewa National Forest. 9 letters. What's the state? That'd be Minnesota. Minnesota is what we wanted there. Quite a few losing a life on that one. Just Big Manarun on the top flight in the Abyss Arena. Everyone else is in the middle at the moment. Flower Power. The rate at which the price of the clove pink or tinned milk is increasing. 9-9. This is the hardest one of the main game. Well done if you get this one. That's carnation inflation. Carnation inflation. Well done if you managed to pick up on that. Moving on. C is for the only Irish province name not to end with the letter R. 8 or 9. This is also the hardest one of this round. Connacht or Connaught, possibly. Graham, Simpsons, Angle, Puzzle, Dan, you've dropped into the Abyss. You're out of the game. Thank you for playing. Sam, currently leading the Wings, comes to join the Abyss Arena. As is Clive on 15. As is Lottibus on 12. Yes, questions are asked in a random order, but by a chance, the 2 in this particular subset of questions from those last 2 have been the hardest of their respective round. Moving on. Double features, the blank of Pelham 246. 6 letters. That would be the taking of Pelham 123. Claggy and Fluffy Bunny Esquire, you've dropped into the Abyss and you're out of the game. There you go, Dalton. Second opportunity in the Abyss Arena for you. And Zeus also come to join us on 18. Let's go on. Featured in Fortnite, in Futurama, he was frozen on New Year's Eve 1999 and defrosted 1,000 years later. 613 or 63 or 3. Philip J. Fry also accepted Fry on its own. Stilgar and Cola, you've dropped into the Abyss. You're out of the game. Thank you for playing. David Stravty comes to replace, currently on 18. And Apodo is in as well on 15. Welcome to the Abyss Arena. Let's move on. Feces. States by their site: Rock City, World of Coca-Cola, Martin Luther King Jr. National Historical Park. 7 letters, and we are halfway through at this point. Would be Georgia. Shapes, you've dropped into the Abyss and you are out of the game. Thank you for playing. Mr. V coming back into the Abyss Arena, currently on 12. Let's go on. Flower Power, minty cocktail served in Holland's Kekenoff Garden. 5-5. Minty cocktail served in Holland's Kekenoff Garden. Julep is the answer to that one. Tricky one there. No one dropping into the Abyss Arena. Let's go on. C is for coming in Robusto and Churchill sizes. humidors keep these moist? 6 or 5? Cigars. Owen Dalton, you have dropped into the abyss once again. You're out of the game. Thank you for playing. Moist. ABB, welcome to the Abyss Arena. Onwards. Double feature, blank in 120 seconds. 4 letters. That would be gone, as in gone in 60 seconds. There's a monstrous great fly has just come in there. It's like a horsefly or something. Moving on. Long Island National Baseball Hall of Fame and Museum and the Empire State Building, 3 and 4. Yeah, not so much a housefly as it was a palace fly. I sort of scooped it away. I imagine it will reappear at some point. New York, New York is the answer to that one. 5 right in a row for Big Man Run. You're back up to the middle flight. Let's play on. Mark Sampson and Zeus tied at the top of 24 at the moment. 14 questions left. Starting with this one. Featured in Fortnite. Protagonist of the Tomb Raider series of video games. 4-5 or 4 or 5? First name or surname accepted. That would be Lara Croft. Lara Croft. C is 4. Playing field of tennis or basketball, 5 or 6. It's got to begin with the CH games, and Flyboy has got to be 5 or 6 letters long. Court is the playing arena for tennis and basketball. Puzzle Cheetah, welcome to the stream. Sam, Lottibus, Mr. Vertigo, 5 right in a row. You're back up to the top flight. No, because Brain Lara was not a right answer, Puzzle Cheetah. 4002, A Blank Odyssey. Spelling counts in this game. Brian Lara would not be a right answer. Just Lara on its own would have been. 2001, of course. Space Odyssey, Stanley Kubrick film. David, 5 right in a row, back up to the top flight, or played. Everyone up at the top flight other than Big Man and Lottibus, currently in the middle with 11 questions to go. Flower power, romantic flower assuming a stance in yoga, or 4? We've got a rhyme, Flyboy. Rose pose is what we want. Rose pose. Flower power again. Clownish Flower of the Valley, 5-4 or 4-5? And still go, I'm afraid the spelling has got to count. Silly Lily, only 2 L's in Lily, not 3. Lottibus and Mr. Vertigo losing life. Big Man Run though, that's 5 right in a row. You're back up to the top flight. States by their sites: Kennedy Space Center, Everglades, Key West. 7 letters. That would be Florida. Sunshine State, I believe. Next. C is 4. Wrote, produced, directed and starred in films such as The Gold Rush and Modern Times. 7-7 or 7? Charlie Chaplin would have accepted Chaplin on its own, but not Charlie on its own, I'm afraid. Lottibus, you've dropped into the Abyss and you're out of the game. Oh, I'm down for the 3rd time into the Abyss Arena. RNG likes you today. 7 questions to go. Here's next. Featured in Fortnite, Kansas City Chiefs quarterback, MVP of Super Bowl 54 and 57, I think. 7-7 or 3-7 or 7. It's RNG for you, that's what it does. Patrick Mahomes, possibly. Mr. Vertigo, you dropped into the Abyss, you're out of the game. Kolo's coming back for another go. 6 questions to go. Either do I. Double features, blank stock and 4 smoking barrels. 4 letters. That would be lock, stock, and 2 smoking barrels. C is for nation with Kerma as the official language, 8 letters. Kegler, quite interesting how you managed to get lock in after the answer had been revealed. That might be a bug. It should clear down your input entry when timer expires, so I need to look into that. Well, if you got that, Cambodia is the right answer. Owen Dalton, you've lost a life. Yes, mental note to future Ben. Is the Abyss clearing down the input entry at the end of the question? Featured in Fortnite. Awarded the Golden Boot for scoring the most goals at the 2018 FIFA World Cup. 5-4 or 4? That'd be Harry Kane, the England striker. Polo losing a life on that one. 3 questions to go. States by their sites: Lambeau Field, Harley Davidson Museum, Noah's Ark Water Park. 9 letters. Wisconsin is the answer. Quite a few getting it wrong, and Owen Dalton for the 3rd time. You've dropped into the abyss and you're out of the game. Stimson's Angle booking himself a place in the final. With only 2 questions left, you are now guaranteed. The only one to be guaranteed. Double features, 14 years in blank. 5 letters. That is, of course, 7 years in Tibet. AB me and Stimson's Angle losing a life. Everyone on the middle flight or higher is guaranteed into the final. Clive and Zeus getting an extra life at this point. One final question for you. Flower power. Scotland's national flower used as a projectile. 7-7. It's Thistle Missile. AB me a big better run. Dropping into the abyss and you're out of the game. Thank you for playing. Mantissa comes and snaffles a place in the final. As does Topis. Topper, welcome in. Mantissa, welcome on in. Both on 23. That is the end of the main game. Imagine Big Man Aaron being in the abyss from the Abyss Arena from the beginning, I think, and then going out on a Scotland question. Thistle Missile. So, a couple of things that I need to go and check. It seemed Kegler was able to get an answer in after the answer had been revealed, which means the answer input array might not be clearing down when the question ends, which is a major issue in the software. If that is the case, I will go and double check that afterwards. Apart from that, all seem to run reasonably smoothly. Topper, I've seen your point in suggestions I will address with the stream at the end. But for now, we have got 9 players in the Abyss Arena. A good range of positions on the overall board. Sapster on 37, Clive on 34, Mantissa on 23, David on 34, Topper on 23, Stimson's Angle on 26, Colo on 32, Zeus on 37, Apodo on 32. 37 out of 40 is the high score shared between Mark, Sapster and Zeus. Very well done to you, but potentially 10 more questions to come. Let's take a look at the rules for the next round, if I focus on the right window. Basically the same as before. You'll face up to 10 questions across the same 5 categories. Players in the Abyss Arena have had their lives refreshed. In this part of the game, though, the questions you won't necessarily see 5 from each one from each category before they change. So you might get the 2 flower ones right at the beginning, which I'm sure you'd all be delighted by. Gameplay is identical to previously. Extra lives are no longer awarded, and players who drop into the abyss will not be replaced. The last player left standing is declared the winner. If no winner has emerged after 10 questions, the winner is the player who's higher up their column, and in the event of a tie, the player with the highest score is declared the winner. That's all there is to it. Good luck to you all. Time for our final, potentially 10 questions. Good luck. Started with flower power. Organism infecting a subject painted by Van Gogh. Hard one to start with. Iris virus. Iris virus. is where we're starting. Quite a lot of players losing a life there. Let's go on. C is 4. Parodic Prize, once awarded by Building Design magazine to the ugliest building in the UK, completed in the last 12 months. Carbuncle, or the Carbuncle Cup, is what we wanted there. Sam, the only player in the Abyss Arena, getting that one right. Him, Topper, and Zeus with an advantage at the moment. Double features. How to lose a blank in 10 days. 3 letters. It's Guy. How to lose a guy in 10 days. Stimson, Zangot, Mantissa, Colo, and Clive, you've dropped into the Abyss. You're out of the game. Thank you for playing. Featured in Fortnite. Screen name of Tyler Blevins. Professional gamer and streamer. 5 letters. That would be Ninja. David, you've dropped into the Abyss. You are out of the game. Thank you for playing. 4 players remain. States by their site: Myrtle Beach, Brook Green Gardens, Fort Sumter. 5 and 8. South Carolina is what we wanted there. Topper, you've dropped into the Abyss and you're out of the game. Thank you for playing. Featured in Fortnite, women's snowboard halfpipe gold medalist at both the 2018 and 2022 Winter Olympic Games. 5, 3, or 3. Very difficult question, only 2 getting that one. Chloe Kim also accepted Kim, and Apoda, you've dropped into the Abyss and you're out of the game. Thank you for playing. Sansa and Zeus, all eyes on you. C is 4. Spiked plates worn on the feet of ice climbers. 8 or 7. They are called crampons. And with 3 questions left, hope you all had a good time. The Abyss has taken you all. And this might be a first. The Abyss wins tonight, but Mark wins in the wings. The owner, one of the top flight players who was leading in the wings going into the final that wasn't in the Abyss Arena. And he has taken the top score with 42 out of 47. Good game, just dropping 5 questions there. And good game to Sam and Zeus for lasting the longest on stage as well. But unfortunately, there are no medals tonight. Bad luck. Oh, what a shame. But that is the way it goes. Good fun, hopefully had by all. And of course, you'll get some pennies to take away. And the number of pennies you get is your score times by 10. So, however many pennies you've got, times it by, however many points you've got rather, times it by 10. And that is the penny count for this game. Thank you very much to 8Minky and Lupine for providing these questions, and to Lewis for proofing as well. Oh, there's a message there from... okay. Cool. That was fun. Sad ending. Occasionally happens with the Abyss. Topper, just to address your point, by the time you've explained how each category works during the first 5 questions, the timer has expired. Suggestion: show the 5 categories at the start of the game, explain them, then start the game proper. I'm in 2 minds about that because it adds sort of padding to the game. It feels like it would be, I don't know. We trying it with the thing of putting the easiest question first, which I think has made it easy, testament by the fact that a number of people got 5 out of 5 at the beginning. So I will ponder that one. Extend the timer for the first 5 questions might be a better way to go. I think I've done the timer in such a way that I can just add more time. But as ever, if you have got feedback, suggestions, or thoughts, do hit me up in the Discord in the suggestions section, and I'd be lovely to hear from you. It's only 20 to 10, but I've run out of planned games for tonight. Unless anyone wants to, I'm not sure if I want. I might just call it early. I think being quick to grasp the category working is part of the game. I'm inclined to agree with Shapes. Who's just said that in the Discord? The other thing I need to look at, yes, does the interface lock you out after the question expires? I need to look at that in the code, because if it doesn't, that's a problem. Sponto Spot. Is anyone in the mood for some spontaneous spot? It's been a while. I might need to go look at the code just to make sure it's writes pennies correctly, which it probably doesn't. Let me roll the credits and then I'll make a decision. Well done to Mark on getting the high score in the wings, but and thank you again to Lupine and 8 for providing the questions, but I'm afraid no medalists this time. The Abyss has taken you all. That note. Love that note. Excuse me. Right. Let's pop that into the use folder. Let's close that. Let's give you a bonus. Abyss. 426. Generous RNG tonight is generous. Right. I think I should at the very least do an end of night game. Organize. Move to used. So what I was thinking about before, the temptation is to do a retro pack of Money Box, just to make sure it's all working ahead of next week while we've got people here. Hello, Flyboy. Welcome to the stream. It's whether or not I've got the mental energy, because Money Box is, and this is no disrespect to anyone, but Money Box is a game that requires talking with folks, which require, and I'm not trying to be rude to anyone, but reading out the questions is mentally much less draining than sustaining a conversation with a couple of other people. And I'm aware next week I've got double duty of guests in. I don't have the spoons. I don't know. It's like I sort of feel it's a bit early to finish. I think Spotlight is too long in the tooth to actually make sure it works, so I'm inclined just to do a couple of end of night games and then call time, and we can all have an early night and then, you know, get on with our lives. I think especially last week I did That Is the Question spontaneously for last few who were about. It was quite a fun game to go through that again, but yeah, it's I think I might treat myself to an early night if it's all the same with everyone. So apologies for finishing slightly early, but I hope you've enjoyed the games that we've had. Lovely stuff with Battlefront from Oni earlier on, and Red Herrings from Lupine, and then of course the Abyss from 8 Minky and Lupine in cahoots. Since I am inclined to give you some quiz, we'll do a Crystal Dome, maybe 2, and then maybe a Space 4 game as well. Yeah, I need to get better. I'm just so bored with being ill now. It's gone beyond a joke. End early, give some more time to prepare for Quizmas. I've got next week, first of all. But yeah, Quizmas is just 2 weeks away. Next week, Money Box and the Hive are coming back, and I think Plinko is with them. I tell a lie, Crossfire, Money Box, and the Hive. Next week, Crossfire by Shadowmane, Money Box by Oni, and The Hive by me. So lots to look forward to next week. I do hope you will come back and join us for that. I am going to wrap up with a bit of this, I think. Bit of Crystal Dome action to wrap the night up. camera back on. If you want to play, exclamation mark play into the chat. The Crystal Dome in space. Give it till the end of the sting to come join. Those are the rules. I'm not going to read them out. My spoon drawer has apparently runneth dry. What a jam this is. And we raise the drawbridge. I love the effect of the drawbridge coming through the water. 18 players in. So, if you want to make your predictions now, please. By whispering a number to the bot. There we go. And Richard O'Brien, take it away.
Will you start the fans, please?
Okay, starting with the sequence CXSN, what's next? PTXB, what's next? 617, prime or composite? Change a letter in glass to make a surface shine or luster. Take this pattern, how many times does that one appear? 25 minus 9 minus 14. And in that pattern, how many times does that one appear? And same again. And in that sequence, modal character is Andel. Change a letter to make one of the lowest order of such beings below virtues. How many times does that one appear in that pattern? And what appears in the top but not in the bottom? 5 seconds grace. 96 is your total. I, it would be next, and F is next in that one. 617 is prime. Glass becomes gloss. 6 times for the right pointy white emoji. 25 minus 9 minus 14 gives you 2. In that pattern, the pointy left hand appears 3 times. The pointy up hand appears 5 times. In that sequence, S is the modal character, and Andel becomes Angel. And that one does not appear, so 0 is what we needed. And finally, B appears in the top, but not the bottom. Well done to Owen Dalton, who was the closest, 11 away with a prediction of 108. You get 100 bonus pennies. Well played indeed. No one getting 12 out of 12 there. A couple of 11s. And Mr. Vertigo, an 11 and a 1 wrong. Topper, I think the best net score there, 11 minus 0, so well played. 108 minus 96 equals 11. But one more of those, I think, and then I'm going to call it a night, if it's all the same. Exclamation mark play once again. Yeah, those will do. Last chance for pennies, and then I'm going to wrap up. Give it till the end of the feed. While we're doing this, I've already mentioned next week Crossfire by Shadowmane, Moneybox by Oni, The Hive by me, so a couple of talkie games, but I'm looking forward to The Hive coming back, because I think, as many of you know, it is the favourite game in my arsenal, and also I've written the questions. I'm grateful to Toot, who's proofing all 3 of those for us next week, so many thanks in advance to Toot. Over on Bash's side of things, let's give him a cheeky shout out, AT_Bash. If you want more trivia in the intervening days, Ash is going to be here next Wednesday with Untitled Grid Game, Relativity, Outright, and Duke Drop. Blimey O'Reilly, that's a busy stream. That's next Wednesday, 22nd of November with Bash. Grid Game, Relativity, Outright, and Duke Drop. Blimey, he's going to be there all night. Duke Drop starting at 9:45. Sorry, that was the end of the sting. Press the button. Ash is also here next Friday the 24th of November with Equation Grid, The Vault, and 1 versus 100, or Staple Game of Ashes. That's the 24th of November. Over on Ash's channel, twitch.tv/AT_bash next Friday. We've also got our great friend Topper, who streams on Thursday evening, which I believe will be the 23rd of November next week. Yes, indeed. He's got Words on Stream, he's got Slam, and he's got Ill Impossible. And that is his 99th stream, because it was supposed to be his 100th this week, and he miscounted and it was only 98. So next week is his 99th stream. He's then off for a week on the 30th, and then back with me and Bash hosting Quizmas from the week after that, 7th of December, I guess that would be. 7th of December, probably. Which will be his actual 100th stream. Oh, next week is your 100th stream. I thought it was your 98th on the week just gone. I can't count either. I've only half listened to it. Oh, 98 before Thursday. I beg your pardon, Topper. So it is Topper's 100th stream next week. Words on Stream, Slam, and Ill Impossible. 100th stream, actual 100th stream. That's with Topper, twitch.tv/Topper1Gaming next Thursday, the 23rd of November at 8 p.m. Or is it? Who knows? Speaking of, having Topper done counting his streams, it's encouraged me to go and count all of my streams. And I've got a milestone that's on approach, and things might be happening for it. That's all I'm going to say at this time until I've decided what said things might be. But yeah, season 13 may be a big one. Right, let's lock you in. Make your predictions, please. 19 players are in. So yeah, that's all what's going on in the tangential community over the next week or so. I, of course, am back next week, next Saturday, the 25th of November, Crossfire, Moneybox, and The Hive. And I do hope you will come and join me for those. One final game of Crystal Dome before we wrap this party up. Wait for a couple more predictions to come in. And then I'll go and look at your feedback in more detail. Clive, Pyro, got a prediction to make? There we go. And for the final time tonight, Richard O'Brien, it's over to you.
Will you start the fans, please?
And here we go. Starting with pattern recognition. How many times does the white fist bump appear? 373, prime or composite? 21 minus 9 minus 3. Tibio, change one letter to make the second segment from the end of an insect's leg between the femur and tarsus. JDXR, the next letter is. How many times does that symbol appear in that pattern? What appears in the top but not in the bottom? Change one letter in enema to make a hostile force or nation a fighting member of such a force or nation. Minus 18 plus 5 plus 15. And another pattern for you. How many times does that one appear? KNQT, what's next? And finally, 13 minus 14 plus 7. And there's time. Much higher score that time. 131 is the final checkout count. And again, nobody getting a 12. Couple of, just a 111 there from BC. Two. BC and Clive. Mr. Vertigo 11 with a minus 1 as well. So good scores all round. Oh my god. Yeah, I need to get some sleep, I think. I'll just tick through the rest of these answers. I'm sure you're all dying to know. And one more. 13 minus 14 plus 7 gives you 6. It was Clive! Oh! Went for 130, just one away. 100 bonus pennies to you, Clive. Very well played, as well as 10 pennies for each of your final net totals at the end. And I think that is going to be... I really want to do a Crystal Maze full experience, but lots of things to think about. Distinction seems to be the one that I should redo next. I've got an idea for a social deduction game. I've also got an idea for a warm-up mathsy game, which isn't really a quiz format because it'd be procedurally generated. So I would probably be allowed to do that. Let's refresh the app. Kill the build. Go back to the cam. Well, it has been a short but sweet evening. Thank you again to all of our writers for this evening, particularly to Lupine, who's on double duty tonight. Thanks very much to the proofing team as well, Lewis, who did a couple of the packs tonight, and to all of you for coming along and joining in. It's been really good fun. Is there anyone to raid? Let's go and find out. While I look... Oh, that's me. I'm going to do a loop there. Connors is on. Connors is a GTA Vice City speedrunner, which is one of a number of speedrunning games that I tend to enjoy, so we could do that. Nico Hart is playing Pokemon Fire Red on a Nuzlocke. That could be interesting. Sort of gone off raiding that person, because last time we did it, they didn't even acknowledge that we'd arrived. I think we're going to raid Connors, because Connors is a smaller streamer, just 6 viewers at the moment, so let's go and give Connors some love. They're doing GTA Vice City, any percentage speedruns with no SSU, which is a very specific subcategory, but they're a lovely, lovely guy, so let's go say hi to Connors 1009 and say... Any suggestions? Any suggestions? I'll set up the raid while someone comes up with an idea. Connors 1009. Let's go raid them. And say hashtag... Know where your balls are. I like that. I'll have to copy and paste yours, Apodo. I'm not going to type it in time. Know where your balls are. Like it. Thanks very much, everyone, for playing. I'll be back next Saturday. Suggestions, as ever, in the Discord if you've got any feedback on anything. Have a really, really good rest of your weekend and a fabulous week next week. Until next time, you have been watching Game Night. I've been Royal Flush. We'll see you again really soon. Take care. Peace out and good night.